Welcome back to No Dust Mind. There is a kind of fire that no one else can see. It burns inside the chest. It rises into the throat. It makes our words sharp and our hearts restless. Sometimes that fire is anger. Sometimes it is pain, shame, fear, or the feeling of not being understood. When the heart is burning, we often want to speak immediately. We want to defend ourselves, prove that we are right, or hurt the person who hurt us. But Guanyin teaches us something simple. When the heart is on fire, do not add more fire. In the teachings of Guanyin, there is an ancient image of a person entering a great fire while calling upon Guanyin Bodhisattva. The deeper meaning is not only about an outer fire, it is also about the fire within us. When the mind remembers compassion, anger begins to lose its power. Imagine an ancient Chinese town on a hot summer evening. A small fire begins inside a merchant's storage room. At first, it is only a tiny flame, but soon it reaches dry paper and old wooden shelves. Smoke fills the room. The merchant sees his goods and savings being threatened. He becomes frightened and angry. People gather outside. Some shout. Some blame the young apprentice who caused the accident. Others argue about what to do. The apprentice falls to his knees. He is trembling. He thinks, "It is all my fault. I have destroyed everything." Then, an old woman quietly walks toward him. She places her hand on his shoulder and says, "Do not add the fire in your heart to the fire in the room." Then she begins to recite, "Namo Guanyin Pusa." The apprentice follows. Namo Guanyin Pusa. Slowly, the shouting becomes quieter. The merchant takes a breath. Instead of blaming the apprentice, he begins giving instructions. One person brings water. Another moves the children away. Another opens the back door to let the smoke escape. The fire is eventually contained. The shop is damaged, but everyone is safe. The merchant looks at the young apprentice and says, "Goods can be rebuilt, but a young heart should not be destroyed by one mistake." That is where Guanyin appears, not necessarily as a figure descending from the sky, but through the old woman's compassion, through the merchant's forgiveness, through the moment when anger could have become punishment. But compassion chose another way. This is also our practice today. When someone sends a message that makes you angry, when someone says something that brings back an old wound, when you feel the heat rising inside your chest, pause. Do not send the message yet. Do not speak from the fire. Take one slow breath. Then quietly say, "Namo Guanyin Pusa." Ask yourself, what am I protecting? What pain is underneath this anger? And finally, what response will create less suffering? You may still need to say no. You may still need to set a boundary. You may still need to correct something that is wrong. Compassion does not mean weakness. It means that your response comes from clarity, not from anger. That is the meaning of the lotus in the fire. The lotus does not deny the heat. It simply refuses to become the fire. So, tonight, if anger is burning inside your heart, do not fight the fire with more fire. pause. Breathe. Remember compassion. And let your next word come from a cooler heart. Namo Guanyin Pusa. May every anger become wisdom. May every wound become compassion. And may every heart burning in silence find its way back to peace. This is Lotus Mind. Until we meet again, keep a compassionate heart.